Man like Robbie, welcome along to MLR Daily. Now, first of all, kicking off with a guy that seems to get mentioned on every show, Arsene Wenger. Yet again, in the news yesterday, he did his press conference. Basically, the game coming up this weekend against Manchester City is massive, not just for Arsenal, but for Arsene Wenger in particular, because if he wins the game, there's a lot of rumours that he may sign an extension to his contract. If he loses a game, how does he do that? So he's under a lot of pressure, but he was quite relaxed yesterday at his press conference, and he was asked a lot of questions about his future. He refused to talk about it, even though before he went away on, we went into the international break, he was saying things like, I'll tell you what's going on. He refused to talk about it. And the other question he was being asked a lot about was Alexis Sanchez being linked with Chelsea. Alexis didn't directly say he wanted to go to Chelsea, but he said, I want to play for winners and I want to stay in London. People put two together and said, right, that means Chelsea. Arsene Wenger saying, no, in fact, there's only one team in London. Now, I'm a massive Arsenal fan, as you know, and I think in days gone by, you could have said that. At the moment, I'm sorry, there are many clubs in London now, and there's a couple of, clubs that are above us, right? And it's horrible for me to say, but Chelsea and Tottenham at the moment are above Arsenal. So even Wenger saying that, but it's a big weekend for Arsene Wenger. We're going to have to wait and see what happens after that game on Sunday. Saido Berahino. Now, Berahino, for me, he's got to be one of the biggest wastes of talent in the Premier League. He's got everything, really talented footballer, but his career has just really stalled. He's been at West Brom and his career just like gone to pot there. He's now moved to Stoke City, and recently we then discovered that he had this drugs ban, that he was serving an 8-week drugs ban, something that it was almost kept under wraps at West Brom, caused a big controversy. He did an interview with BBC's Football Focus where they asked him about it, and Berahino was basically saying to them, listen, my drink was spiked out at a nightclub. Now, he said, listen, he goes on to say that it's my fault. Maybe I shouldn't have been in a nightclub and that, but there's people out to get you. And I don't know, man. I mean, listen, I weren't there, but your drink was spiked in a nightclub. Come on. And again, he's a wasted talent. This guy is a very, very good footballer. Should probably, be in the England team now. He has so much potential, but he's just been wasting it and wasting it and wasting it. He's got another chance now at Stoke. Will he, buck his ideas up? Will he start to show us what he, a player he really can be? That's what we're going to have to wait and see. But drink spiked in a nightclub, for me, he would have been better off just saying that, listen, I just want to get on, play my football. I've served my ban. It was a horrible period. Let me just get on, stop making excuses and get on and play your football. Virgil van Dijk, a big blow this for Southampton. One of the best defenders in the league. Lots of teams after him at the moment. Been linked with different clubs today. But Virgil van Dijk, it looks like he's going to be missing for the rest of the season. It's really unfortunate for Southampton because Van Dijk is a very, very good player. He picked up that injury against, I think it was Leicester they were playing against in January, and he still hasn't recovered from it. And news coming out today that basically Van Dijk, it looks like he's not going to recover for that, and he will be out for the rest of the season, which, as I said, is a massive blow for Southampton because, he is such a good player. And could it be that, we won't see him again at Southampton? Because, as I said, he's a player really in demand at the moment. There's lots of clubs looking at him, big clubs. Chelsea are said to be interested in him. Manchester United are said to be interested in him. Will we see him again playing at Southampton? That is something we'll have to wait and see. Finally, let's take a look at the fixtures for this weekend. We're going to take a look at Saturday's fixtures. The big one, without doubt, is Liverpool versus Everton. Everton haven't beaten Liverpool since 2010. They haven't beaten Liverpool at Anfield for ages. Liverpool are massive favourites for this game, but they are missing Adam Lallana. But Everton, they've got lots of injuries, particularly in defence. There's Seamus Coleman and guys like that missing. You really got to fancy Liverpool in this one. Quick run through some of the other games. Burnley taking on Tottenham Hotspur. You would back Spurs there, but Burnley's a hard place to go to. You know what I mean? They're very good defensively. They've beaten big teams at home this season. You know, that's a really tough one to call. Chelsea taking on Palace. You'd assume Chelsea would win that one and go marching on. Hull City versus West Ham. That's a hard one to call. Hull really need to win that one if they're looking to try and stay in the league. Leicester City versus Stoke City. Oh, another hard one to call. But the way Leicester have been playing since they got the new manager, you've got to fancy Leicester. Manchester United versus West Brom. Lots of injuries for Manchester United at the moment, but at home, you would fancy them against West Brom. Although West Brom very confident at the moment. Beat Arsenal last time out. You know, we know what they're going to do. They're going to be very defensive, try and frustrate Manchester United. But you'd have to think United there. Watford versus Sunderland. Sunderland have to win that, or basically it's goodbye Premier League. And Southampton versus Bournemouth. A big derby down there on the south coast. That's the 5:30 kickoff. So lots of Premier League games. We'll go into a bit more on those games tomorrow. But thanks for watching MLR Daily today.
Man like Robbie.